So you heard how I think about culture. Let's hear how you think about culture, and we'll just go down the line. Scott?
So culture is a really important element for us. We're building a retail business. We're trying to use a pretty modest product, pizza, to make a positive social impact. And I love the quote, the Peter Drucker quote, which is, "Culture eats strategy for breakfast." And we totally buy into that. Given the fact that we're opening a lot of stores and we're handing over to a general manager a store that costs us $500,000 to $700,000 to open and will do about $1.5 million in revenue. And we're opening lots of these, and we need to ensure that those stores are operated and managed in a way that's consistent with who we are and what we believe in. We've got to make sure that the belief system and the engagement of those team members is strong. And you can't do it through a long operating manual and a lot of rules and then control procedures to try to catch people when they're not operating. You need to make sure people buy into what you believe in and what you're trying to accomplish. And for me, culture is the attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors of the people. And for us, that's the basis upon which we're going to be able to build our business. And so it is the focus at Mod. And I love the topic, so I'm happy to be here.
Great. Thank you. Matt?
Culture is an interesting topic for us at Porch. As a relatively young company, a couple of years in, you're trying to build that culture, define that culture as you go. And I think culture often is about what you want to build. The goal of the company is going to in part kind of affect the culture you want to put into play. It's clearly about how you work and about the people that you bring in. For us, we have 5 things we put up on the wall that we talk about every single week with the company, our key kind of tenets as a company, our values as a company. One of those things that for me is really important is no jerks, no egos. And that is something that we talk about, we hire for, we fire for. We believe if we're going to do this for a long period of time and to really try to build a great company, that we want to do that in the right way and with the right type of people. Don't just get to that certain level, but have done the right things with the right folks that really want to be there and that are good people, authentic people, and that really is core to one of the things that we look for and what we talk about in our culture.
So essentially, Raj, Matt said you can work for him.
Yeah, please do.
I've already seen a couple postings that I've applied for. I just can't get my foot in the door.
I can introduce you.
Maybe adding, I like no jerks, no egos is a good way to say it. I think, Teri, and thank you for having me, by the way. I think the idea that culture is the fundamental differentiating aspect of every business is totally true, and not every business grasps that. But here's the way I think about it. I think if when you're standing up in front of your people, you're pitching them on growth targets, revenue, profits, and potential exits and IPOs, you're missing the boat because they don't care. Like, what they really want to know is, why are we here? Like, what does this matter? I worked at a company for 21 years. We founded Concur. It was a travel and expense company. So getting people super fired up about eradicating the world of expense reports wasn't, that's not a super easy thing to do. But if you, on the other hand, you say, look, we're in this together for a reason, to build a company where we can work in a collaborative fashion, where you can be happy, where people get to put their kids into school and go to soccer games. Now, all of a sudden, now that's personal, that's real. And that, to me, is translating why you're in business to the way you believe you ought to behave.